Hello, welcome back everybody. So I'll try and make a quick video, and it's basically just to catch up on where we left off this morning. So Bitcoin has been struggling still. It came down to where we thought it was going to come down and test this blue box area, which it did, which was nice to see. So what I expect to happen now is that we did have a nice bounce from there. We also expected that to happen because algorithmic bots. It's not just me that thinks that this is a support. This 11,200 is a relatively widely recognised support area for Bitcoin at this moment in time. So yeah, opportunists bought that one up. But I think what's going to happen is we're going to test this again, because what I've put in here, we can see that this area here, this 11,500, is actually a bit of a resistance for it in this short 24-hour period that we've gone through. So we're actually acting a very small trading range between 11,500 to 11,200. It's not very, I mean, it's a fair bit of money, but for Bitcoin that's nothing. That's really a very small amount of trading range. So it's going to have to break out of this way one way or another. Now after this bounce we came back down to test under here, which is our green 50 EMA. I mean, this is kind of what's dictating the sideways action at the moment. It's finding relative support on that area before deciding which way it wants to try and move to. It's very difficult to exactly say where it's going to go, but I think the likelihood is, still with the indicators down here suggesting a little more movement to the downside, I think we're probably going to come back down to test this 11,200 again. And depending on where we test it, if we go as deep as this one, because this one went deeper than I thought, this is 11,100, if we go as deeper than that on the next test, and we're on a 4-hourly chart here, if we go deeper than that, then we're probably going to come back down to the bottom of it, breaking 11,000, and if we break 11,000 we might have to come down and test this area of 10,800 or so on this white 200 EMA. But we've still got more movement to go down, but again, I don't think it's catastrophic. I think we're probably just going to be bouncing on this area here, and like I say, it's all about how the depth of where we bounce from and how fast we move up, because that was a strong support there. You can see a lot of people buying that one back up again. So it all depends on where it goes. Obviously if there's a big move down, it could easily break down, and like I say, the trick really for this guy now, we're looking to see a bigger or smaller wick on the next one down. If the wick is deeper, we're probably going to go further. If the wick is shorter, we're probably going to go back up. But at the moment, it's just sideways. So let's have a look at some of these alts. Okay, so we follow Matic, that's our main thing. We'll move to Matic in a minute, but I just thought I'd bring something up. I'll just go to Matic for a second. Now, we're looking to see this green here cross over the white, being the 50, and this 50, this is the 50 simple, this is the 50 EMA. Purple is simple, the green is the EMA, and what we want to see is both of those guys cross over this white, which is the 200 EMA. Excuse me. Once it crosses over there, and we can see the green's already doing it. It essentially has done it. Well, they're at the same place, but it's kind of doing it at the moment. That is going to be a golden cross, and that's what we're waiting for. That's what all alts are waiting for at the moment. They can't have a golden cross without pump. And Matic appears to be the one that's pumped the hardest. It looks like the one that might achieve. At the moment, it's still not happened, even though as we're speaking, it looks like it is. It's still not actually happened. It looks like Matic may be the first coin out of all of the ones on Binance that would be to create the golden cross. And the golden cross, if you watch my videos, the golden cross, you'll know about it, but just briefly, the golden cross would signify a change in trend, and that change in trend would be a bullish trend. What we need to see now is Matic hold within this area. So we're just going to quickly look, before we go into Matic, into details on Matic, we're just going to have a look at some of the other major coins, and you'll see what I mean by that, and I'll also show you Bitcoin. So we had this here, which the reverse is the death cross. We had the reverse, so this is Cardano we're looking at. The death cross happened, plummeted all the way down. We're still nowhere near looking like Matic. Matic is way ahead of the game when it comes to creating a golden cross. So nothing going on there. Litecoin, despite having a halving event, it's pretty much the same as Cardano. EOS, one of the sort of stronger ones in recent moments, but still way away, big distance away from having that golden cross. XRP, now because XRP has been trending down for longer, the distance between the two actually looks closer than most, but still at the same time it's actually very far away. So again, when we look at Matic, we see a different story. We see the same thing happening here. Look at the distances spread way apart from each other, but here we see them converging and now meeting together in the middle. So if we can stay at this price level, or if we can just get back higher again, then this is certainly going to happen over the next couple of days. And usually the rule of thumb is if a golden cross happens, when it happens, you're looking at roughly around 30% increase from that price. Now I think with Matic, if a golden cross happens, and again this coin is very small, it's not been out very long, this chart is very small, it's very difficult to do technical analysis on it, but the rule is that 30%. But I think the way that Matic moves in crypto in general, that we'll probably see a little more than 30% if that was to happen. Now, how long will it? Will it continue? Will it make a bull trend? It's not a guarantee, but it's a very strong signal if there was ever one. So we're just waiting for that one to play out. And also, to make it even stronger, what we'd really want to see is a bullish, a golden cross on the Bitcoin pairing. So if it can do that, it should actually skyrocket, to be honest with you. It really should at that point. But at the moment, this one is a bit further away than when you're looking at the tether. And I actually would say that this one's more important because Satoshis are more valuable now than they were. This is what we want to see a golden cross on, really. That would be amazing. And we would probably see really big moves from Matic if we got that golden cross on the Satoshi values. One last quick thing, I mean, I don't have this indicator myself because I just use basic tools, to be honest, but the Bitcoin dominance is a big thing to sort of look at. And it's been dominant for a very long time, reaching its peak around this area here. We could call it 70%. It's decreasing ever so slightly, but has now just very recently dipped down to 68.3%. Now, if Bitcoin trends sideways or goes a little further down, this will also go down. It won't go enormously down. I mean, let's have a look at where we were within the year. You will see how unbelievably strong Bitcoin is, and yeah, like I say, we're making a dip now, but this is what's caused the altcoins so much pain. This big rise in Bitcoin dominance, that's basically what you can see. All these alts have basically gone down ever since, and that has been the problem that most people have faced with their alts. All that really needs to happen, it's not that people think alts are dead or that. It's funny to see people say those sort of things because they're not dead. Everything's a cycle, and this cycle is playing out essentially. And what will have to happen at some stage, there will be a dip in Bitcoin dominance. When that happens, if we can zoom in, can we get this bigger? What you can see is when the Bitcoin dominance has just sunk a little down here, you can see a little uptrend on all the alts across the board. If you can just see that in the very corner, it's only just started to play out now. Hence why some of the alts, or most of the alts, are pumping at the moment, and that is the main reason why. And that is what we're looking for. So Matic is leading the charge. It's going to have this golden cross. Hopefully, we'll have this golden cross within the next day or so. And if this continues and Bitcoin continues to go down, we might be looking at a golden cross on the Bitcoin pairing. That'll be an interesting coin for everybody just to look at, whether you're trading it or not, because it will show you if golden crosses in this current time, as a result of recovering from the death crosses that all coins had back over here in June, if the golden cross actually has any relevance at all. So we'll watch Matic, we'll see what happens with Matic, and use that as an example that will hopefully play out when these guys have their golden crosses in the not too distant future, but it's not going to happen anytime very soon. Perhaps maybe in a week we might start to see these things converge, but Matic looks like it might be having it as we speak. Anyway, I'll leave it with you there, and by the way, I'm not a financial advisor, it's not financial advice. Don't trade anything on the back of what you've heard me say. Please do your own research. I hope you have a nice evening, and thanks for watching. Stay tuned. Bye bye.